Okay, so this is part 51B. If you have not seen 51A, you're about to get super lost. So please head back to the intro, figure out why we're here, figure out if you want to be here. If so, start at part one. Do the work and meet us back here when you caught up. For everyone else, as I was saying, I was falling asleep and then I was in that dental office. I had a patient in the chair. I couldn't see the patient's face, but I was sitting like next to the patient, like talking to the patient. And behind me, I heard a man say, "Dentist." And I turned around and I said in my mind, like I did not say out loud, I said in my mind, "You don't belong here. What are you doing here?" And he smiled super big. Like it was so big and it was so beautiful. I immediately knew that he was there visiting. So then when I went back to work the next day, I actually ran around like asking everybody if they had a grandfather that has passed, like let me see the picture. Like I was trying to find out why this spirit was communicating with me. Like it has to be somebody that I work with, you know, family. So I was trying to figure it out. And then maybe like even like a month later, like it could have been like quite a bit of time later. I was hanging out with my nephew in his room. It was a weekend. It was late. I want to say I know what time it was actually. It was 11:11 because then all of a sudden I saw this man's face again and then I heard that him tell me that he just likes dental and he likes teaching and so therefore he likes being around these dentists that are learning. He's happy there and he's not there to bother anyone, and I was supposed to let everybody there know that. So mission accomplished, but why it took so long? And you know what's so crazy is he said dentist. I don't know if you noticed, but when he spoke, all he told me was dentist, and that's when I turned and was like, "You don't belong here. Why are you here?" He used the word that the little girl had given me like 2 weeks ago. Boom, 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 boom. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy when it all ties together. And I was like, oh my gosh, he was letting me know that he was in there and he heard that conversation because he gave me our word. Dentist. Okay, so the second time that I experienced peace again was at my father's hand. My mom was scared of passing, and my dad wanted me to let her know what it was like to pass. Um, One of the days that she was having a hard time and I was sitting next to her on the bed, I felt like one of the kids was standing at her bedroom door. When I glanced up, it was my father stepping into her bedroom. As soon as his foot hit the floor, I experienced nothing but pure happiness. Like I could see her, but I had no other emotion but happiness. It felt like it lasted forever, but I'm sure that it was seconds. It was amazing. It was a celebration. Uh, we're the ones that mourn when our loved ones leave, but when they go back, they're celebrated. It's beautiful. They're not alone. It's beautiful. Okay, my mom was so sick that she couldn't walk. She couldn't move. She had stage 4 COPD and stage 4 emphysema from being a smoker. She couldn't even raise her arm above her head to brush her own hair. And I know that was really hard on her in life because she was a very independent, I'll take care of it, I'll do it type of person. So it was really hard on her. But there was one evening that she was having a hard time, and I was sitting next to her on the bed, and she had leaned forward. And when she leaned forward in front of me, I seen her like walking and then a black streak behind her. And I was like, so then I turned to look at her because like where she was, because I couldn't believe that she was walking and she was next to me. And then I realized that what I saw wasn't my mom walking in front of me. It was a vision, and I knew what it meant. Like I get things in signs, I get things in symbols. A lot of things you kind of have to learn what that sign or symbol means now, once you understand it. But I understood it that I was supposed to let my mother know that after she passed, that's why there was the black streak, that she would walk again, that things were going to be better. My mother was very sweet and she was very kind. She didn't want to suffer, and she didn't. She was so scared to pass. And in the end, she was given a medication in the hospital that allowed her to peacefully pass. She basically went to sleep. 4 days later, she was already coming to visit. I had stayed at our family's home with the kids. I just felt like everybody needed to be. I had fell asleep in my son's room, and my son would work a night shift. So when he got home at like 2 in the morning, I got up and I went to my other son's room, which was at that time at his girlfriend's home. So then I went to his room as soon as my oldest son had came home. And when I had gotten into the room, one of the dogs had started scratching, and I was actually irritated. Like, I just got into the room, I just got comfortable, and now one of the dogs is scratching, and I had to get up and go to the door. But as I walked to the door and I reached for the handle, I heard, "I'm so glad you're home." That's what my mom used to say to us as each one of us came home. We rented a giant house together because then there was always somebody coming and going with our different work schedules to be able to take care of mom slash grandma. So when we come home, she would say, "I'm so glad you're home." And when I heard that, I knew it was my mom. First of all, if I was gonna think that, I would have thought it as soon as my son got home, not like 20 minutes later. Plus, it was her saying. So then I went and laid down, and I could see the light around the door from the hallway shining through in the dark bedroom. And I just kept hearing, "The light is so beautiful. The light is so beautiful. The light is so beautiful." She was letting me know if she was okay. She was there, and the light was beautiful. She loves the light. I also have had a couple animals communicate with me, dogs. One of them was my sister's dog, and we were at her place, and we were sitting at the table and we're eating. And I saw her dog in front of her sliding glass door, just looking at us, almost like wanting food, kind of like tilting his head from side to side. And he was like clean, and his gray was so gray, and the white in his fur was so white. But I let my sister know that he was there, I'm pretty sure wanting food. I think the coolest thing about communication with other souls is I'm not special. I say that all the time. Like, what I'm doing, what I can do, you can do too. I just reconnected to my soul, and you haven't done that yet, but you'll get there. We all have souls. This is just our bodysuit, so therefore you can communicate with other souls as well. I have tons of stories, but we'll have to do this again another time because I can go on and on forever about my little experiences. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great evening. As always, choose to not be a shitty person. Choose to grow. Choose to be kind. Choose love. Choose the light. Love ya.